We try to encourage export-oriented units in the rural areas by locating international markets and helping develop a distribution network.
She's making something.
Yes, she is making fans.
आप क्या बना रही हैं? बहुत खूबसूरत है. ताड़ का बना है. किसी की शादी के लिए बना रही हैं क्या? Can she sell these?
No, she is making these for her own use. Whereas, if she were to apply for a loan, she could buy some raw material with the money and mass produce these fans. The family would have an extra source of income. I remember a case in the Bhujodi district of Gujarat. Vishram Ji Walji had inherited an old loom from his father, a loom which has provided them 2 square meals a day. However, Vishram Ji's forefathers did not have the choice he has. He applied for a loan to the bank for a total amount of 2,000 rupees. Today, Walji owns 7 looms. He produces exquisite shawls and Daris, distributed nationally and internationally. He hires the local women to embroider his linen and shawls. The bank helps set up these cottage and village industries by providing loans for raw materials and durable assets.
फायदे में तो વધારો बैंक की एक लोन पर मिली અને કચ્છ જે અંદર વધારે વિકાસ થયો ગામડે જે માળું અમદાવાદ મુંબઈ વડા વડા શહેરે વેકલ લગા એટલે બેંક की લોન અને પેનજી સૂજ બોય ભેરા थी तो कच्छ से दरेक कारीगर के थोड़ो थोड़ो फायदो थींदो आयो.
This sleepy fisherman's village, nestled on the Gujarat coastline, awakens to a new dawn. Mandvi falls under the village adoption scheme, innovated by the State Bank of India. We adopt an entire village and mass finance a particular activity enjoyed by the majority. "60 families have been financed for trawlers and nets. Today, they make enough to save for tomorrow." For generations, the 100 or so families here were under the grip of moneylenders who extracted interest at an exorbitant rate of 34%. We stepped in a few years ago, extending to these fishermen a soft loan of 4% under the differential rate of interest scheme. Today, they have raised themselves over the poverty line. Their children's future is secure. In the village of Sadai, a small dusty hamlet in the Kutch region of Gujarat, time stands still. But nature doesn't. During the drought, the tribals lost their only means of livelihood, cattle rearing. But a treasure trove of untapped talent existed. As their mothers had before them, the women of Sadai plied their needles, waiting for dusk to bring their husbands home. Then the drought struck. In desperation, the villagers turned to the banks. The SBI helped them marshal their talent, enabling them to survive the drought years. We are now implementing the service area approach, which is an extension of the village adoption approach. Under this scheme, a cluster of villages are adopted by the bank. A detailed district credit plan is drawn up after a thorough survey of the area's requirements. Potentially income-generating activities are developed. Follow-up of credit is easier and costs are lowered.
मदद अड़ी रीते कंदो भर्त जे कम माटे लोन से असन चंदो हेडा अचिंदा पाछे ते असन के हूं भोज मनु ते लोन खणेला करे के भरेला करे मनु ओते असन के बाड़ा बता बसे जा खर्चा मिली थी ते छता ये जरा अचिंदा असन के ते घर बैठे मेरे मदद सगड़ करे सारी रीते दोनों बची बचत थी घणी बचत थी भाई.
Today, though we have financed them for cattle, the tribal village of Sadai is not the same. Their artistic creations have a ready market, giving them a steady secondary line of income.
Our recovery in this area is very good. That is mainly because we keep coming to this place very frequently. We keep in close contact with them. When we understand their problems, if sometimes they want finance, we give them. So they also appreciate our efforts, and their cooperation is good and recovery is good.
Isn't language a barrier in communicating with these villagers?
At times, language, customs, they all differ from state to state. So to acquaint our mainly urban staff with the cultural nuances of their area, training programs are held at the State Bank Institute of Rural Development in Hyderabad. And that is where we are going next. To generate employment in the rural and semi-urban areas, we started a self-employment for educated unemployed youth scheme. This scheme also encourages rural industrialization and helps check rural migration into urban cities. I recently received a letter from Shillong from one of our beneficiaries whom we helped under this scheme. Farooq Rahman is an enterprising young industrialist who has, with our help, set up a shop for automobile upholstery. Today, he plans to expand to upholstery for the home as well. He looks forward to an exciting and challenging future.
We have bought some machines also. We have three machines now. We have applied to the State Bank an overdraft of rupees 25,000, which will help us in buying our raw materials, and that too of giving us some support from the bank.
The share of small-scale industries in total advances to rural and urban sectors is a sizable amount. In the past few years, the advances to these SSI units have increased. The share of priority sectors in total advances has increased threefold.
Tell me, isn't your work in rural India similar to cooperatives?
No, we sponsor cooperatives. In fact, we try to mesh their indigenous experiences with our modern outlook and business acumen.
But Mr. Chabra, by concentrating on rural lending, aren't you neglecting other growth sectors?
Not by a long shot. Our industrial lending still claims the largest chunk of our total advances. In the past 10 years itself, industrial lending has grown tremendously. This institute was started in 1981. At that time, we held the courses on camp sites.
What beautiful premises.
Yes, in 8 years, 300 odd programs have trained 8,000 officers.
What are the various types of training programs conducted at the institute?
We conduct training programs for different levels of officers. We group them into basically two categories. One is a general rural development banking oriented program. The other is a technical program. The rural development programs are conducted for branch managers, for the field officers, for the regional managers who control the branches, and for development managers, etc.
Adorning the Bay of Bengal, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands stand tranquil and pristine, a world apart. Here the State Bank lends a gentle hand, helping the inhabitants make the transition from hunting fish for food to hunting fish for a livelihood. These fishermen have been extended loans for large fishing boats and nets. The SBI also finances many small fishing units. Besides providing rural employment, these units have expanded the fish market. To meet this growing demand, many small fishermen have approached the SBI for loans on their own initiative. There are 11 SBI branches spread out across these remote islands. Sometimes it takes days for our field officers to reach their destination. These islands are connected by neither telephones nor a regular boat service. Following up of credit is made difficult due to the dense undergrowth and roads eroded by the sea. In this remote corner of India, steps are being taken to expedite loan recovery. However, the proliferation of these islands make this an uphill task. Nevertheless, as always, the State Bank of India extends a helpful hand to those who are in need. Urban and rural India must work in tandem for a better tomorrow. The banks are doing a great service to the country by reaching out.
30 odd years ago, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru had promised the people a caring bank. The State Bank of India has fulfilled the promise.
Like the striking differences that you find in India, you'll find striking differences in the State Bank of India, because you are the largest bank in every region, in every language, in every part of the country. And you have to cater to the wide variety of customer needs, as I said, highly sophisticated customers, to the bullock cart driver. And that will continue to the pattern of the State Bank in years to come.